Let's get ready to wrestle. Welcome to the Play Space, where tonight it's the Wrestling America Federation 2024 Commissioner's Edict show. Hello again, Keith Avalone from Play Games, same as producing tonight's show. I often get asked, how do we do the progression on our fictional card sets? I mean, how do we decide who gets better, who gets worse, who retires, and so on? Well, we do it differently for each game, but for Face to the Mat Pro Wrestling, this is how we do it. Our first Commissioner's Edict show was in November of 2021, still viewable on our YouTube channel. Hard to believe it was 2.5 years ago. Sam and I were just talking about that. I was like, man, was it that long ago? Yep, November of 2021. We did it in a 3-part series. Part 1 was the fly-on-the-wall camera in the commissioner's office where Howard Shore and his evil son Emerson, or is it the evil Howard Shore and his good guy son Emerson? It kind of varies from year to year. They're the guys who run the Wrestling America Federation. They will call the wrestlers in one by one to the lavish Wrestling America Federation office in Stamford, Connecticut, and have a little talk about the wrestlers' role in the upcoming 2025 season. Now, to recreate this, we put together a Commissioner's Edict deck with the various outcomes. We did this in 2021. The idea was we'd create the deck, we'd shuffle it all up, then we'd shuffle up all the cards in the card set, and then we draw cards to decide each wrestler's fate. That's just what we'll do tonight. The results will be reflected in the upcoming 2025 Wrestling America Federation card set. We do the wrestling set every 2 years, and the 2025 set will be coming out later this summer, and that will tide us through 2025 and 2026. Now, if you watch the original Commissioner's Edict series in 2021, we made a few changes to the format. These are reflected in an updated Commissioner's Edict deck, which I uploaded to the free stuff page earlier today. It's not that different. We added a page, so there are 48 cards now instead of 36. The main difference is we only go through the deck once. So some wrestlers will not visit the commissioner tonight. They're going to be safe for the 2025 season. Basically, they will stay at their 2023 ability levels. So those wrestlers are safe. The others who we draw for, some of them will be safe. Some of them will be kicked out unceremoniously and so on. But we've added some new cards, some new hot seat cards. I'm calling them hot seat cards because the wrestler is going to be asked to go along with something that they wouldn't likely be too enthusiastic about. And for these cards, I put a decider die a bullet on the card, and the idea is we'll roll the decider die, which I have right here, and a bullet they will agree, and a blank they will say, I'm out of here. So add a little extra drama that way. So those are the two main differences. The question cards, same as 2021, they indicate wrestlers who are on the bubble and who have to win their match in a special Impact show, Wrestling America Federation Impact show, where they match these guys up and the winner stays in, the loser is out of the Federation. And then the star cards are wrestlers who will get a boost in the new set. Now, some of them will be asked to perform in the Impact show to kind of, serve as incentive for people to watch. So if they lose, they will stay in the Federation. But the star cards will be cards who wrestlers who get better. And then there are two other categories. There's the checkmark cards. Those are basically wrestlers who are just fine, going to sign a new contract, get a nice little raise, and continue on. The X cards are the ones where they get shown the door. So we'll lose some wrestlers tonight. I figure we will probably have about anywhere between 10 and 20 wrestlers who will be excluded one way or another from the set. We should have 4 or so wrestlers who just get kicked out. We'll have another 4 or so who will decide not to stay. And then we'll have, of course, the Impact show wrestlers. Half of those will be out of the Federation at the conclusion of that show. So without further ado, let's get to the game table and begin the visits to the office. Right after this from LaCroix. Okay, here we go. Am I talking close enough?
Name brand LaCroix.
What?
We're back on the official name.
Yes, we are actually using LaCroix again. We gave up on the generic grocery store brand. Just wasn't cutting it. Okay, it costs a little more for LaCroix, but it's worth it. Okay, our first wrestler to visit the commissioner's office. How many people we got in the chat in the room tonight, by the
32.
way? 32. All right. We got more wrestling fans than I thought. All right, here we go. First, I am that guy. He used to be, who is this guy? Or who is that guy? He identified himself, and let's see what the commissioner says to them. Oh, he says, you ticked me off this season with your so-called funny comments. Now you got to earn your roster spot. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just staple these. This will help me to, keep track of who did what without having to write it down. So it looks like I am that guy is going to be in the question mark status. Next to visit the office, Four Wheel McNeil from St. George, Utah, Grant Fine's hometown. Let's see what the commissioner has to say. Oh, so we want a bigger cut of your personal endorsement money. You get all this money from Jeep for being the character he is, and the commissioners want more of that. Let's see if Four Wheel McNeil goes along with this. Yes, he does. So that is a plus. I'm going to mark that as a yes. So that will mean a lower profile for Four Wheel McNeil in the next set. Oh, we got John Kent coming up. He jumped the line. He was actually behind this person, but he burst through the door. And Emerson Shore says, we see a spike in ratings every time you show up ringside. So John Kent is good. Hope I got enough staples here. Next is Dixie Dash. Oh, the country singer. She uses the guitar to smash people over the head in her wrestling matches. The June Carter smash forearm is the specialty. Okay, so Emerson Shore says, your attitude and effort is in question by me. You get one chance to fix it. So she is wrestling in the Impact show. When to stay in. Is that stapler gun okay?
Yeah.
All right. The Countess of Cruel, who gets double points on mean. Sky's the limit for you if you do what we tell you to. Okay, Countess of Cruel is in. I can staple these cards because I can print more. People are he's stapling those cards. What? Don't do this at home. Blast Bingaman. Unless you have the PDF, in which case you can do this. Blast Bingaman. Not one of my favorite wrestlers. Let's see what the commissioner says. Oh, you want a pay raise? Earn it. So Blast Bingaman is going to the Showdown show. Next is... Now, bear in mind, not all these wrestlers are going to get called into the office. Tallulah Sudbuster. Actually, I like Tallulah Sudbuster. She's kind of simple, but strong, powerful, and big. Oh, this is the blank one. This is I've got. I left a couple of these blank for you to put in your own rationale. We'll just see if we'll say that the Commissioner Howard Shore says, we'll keep you on, but in addition to your wrestling duties, you're going to need to clean up the offices as well. And she says, yes, sir. So she will also be have janitor duties in addition to her wrestling duties for the Wrestling Federation, Wrestling America Federation. Next is Ace Magnet. Oh, this gimmick of yours is working big time. We want more of it. So Ace Magnet gets a push for 2025. He's kind of a card shark guy, and his specialty is the Vegas super kick. He's doesn't have a lot of quality, so it looks like we're going to see a lot better Ace Magnet in 2025. Based on the research, which shows good TV ratings when he shows up. All right, here's Me the VP.
Those commissioner cards, would you kind of hold them up at an angle when you draw them out?
What do you mean?
Just kind of like, you go and flip it over.
All right.
And then, yeah, just kind of... It's catching the glare.
Oh,
So
just
kinda-
maybe move it down here? Would that be better?
Yeah, that's a little better, yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's do that. We'll just move it down here. You can see I cut these cards myself. I use the template that you can actually download It's a little ragged there. Sorry about that. Me the VP. So Emerson Shore says, I don't think you're that great. Dad does, though, so we want to have a 30-day contract. Ooh, a 30-day contract for me the VP? He's been around for a while. He's been part of the Wrestling America Federation for quite a while. That's kind of an insult. Let's see if he goes along with it. Yes, he does. Yes, sir. So me the VP says yes. So what kind of impact will that have? He probably will not wrestle as effectively, or maybe he'll wrestle more effectively, knowing he's on a 30-day contract. We'll have to be continued. All right, next is Triple G. Oh, one of my favorites. Patterned after, of course, Triple H. Gets the focus group research, puts your character in the top 5 most memorable. I'll go with that. So we'll see another superstar season from Triple G. Next is Beulah Roy, who's kind of a bully. Got that bully stick. Look at all his qualities, though. And you can decide whether he's going to be a good guy or a bad guy, the mean or cheat. He kind of goes back and forth. Oh, so Emerson Shore says, I'm done with you and your prima donna attitude. Hit the door. So Beulah Roy is gone. Good riddance. He's kind of a bad seed. So we won't see Beulah Roy in the 2025 set. Here's Dolph Ziggler, one of the legendary Wrestling America Federation characters. And Howard Shore says, we want to send you to some of the smaller venues. You can work the crowd in Topeka, get our brand growing there. You'll do that, won't you? No, he won't. He says, I'm out of here. So we may see Dolph Ziggler in a new federation or something, because I hate to see Dolph Ziggler go, but I can't blame him. Used to work in Madison Square Garden. They're going to send you to Topeka? I don't think so. Next is Bray Watts. You know, I just remembered at the end of the 2021 show, we let the viewers vote somebody back in the federation. So I think we should do that at the end of this show too. I'll go through the guys that are leaving, and we'll have a quick vote of who you'd like to. We'll bring back one of them. Bray Watts is out. He says, I've been waiting a long time to say this to you. Get out. All right, so Bray Watts rudely pointed to the exits. Next is Joy in the Moment. One of my favorites. I like her. There are people in this building who don't like you, Joy. You need to silence them. She's going to be wrestling in the Impact show. Trash Can Epic. I love Trash Can Epic from Red Oak, Texas. He's kind of moved up in the hierarchy over the years. And here he is. We're going to do something interesting with the character. Expect big heat. Superstar. His ascent will continue. What's higher than Epic? I forget. What was he called before Trash Can Epic? He was Trash Can something. Trash Can Famous, I think. Now he's Trash Can Epic. He's going to be Trash Can Incredible or something in the 2025 set. That's exciting. Freakenstein Jr., the son of the Dean Guilford's the son of the original Freakenstein, gets the check mark. Strong ratings whenever you're in the mix. That doesn't surprise me. So Freakenstein Jr. is hanging around. Next is Mean Noreen. Yeah, I don't know. She got good ratings this year. Let's see what the commissioner says. I'm growing weary of your me first attitude. She's going to have to wrestle to stay in the Federation. So she will be in the Impact show. Next is the Missing Piece. One of those, one of the push wrestlers. The masked wrestler used to kind of beef up the standing of other wrestlers. Oh, but looks like Commissioner Howard Shore sees something. TV ratings say you're a star. So you're in. We do need you to be part of the Impact show, though, just to make sure it gets big numbers. So, I guess the missing piece is one of those wrestlers that maybe doesn't do that well in the standings, or that he doesn't get any title belts, but the fans love him. So he is going to get a higher profile in the 2025 set, and he'll also be wrestling in the Impact show. Precioso Perez. And the verdict is, you're on a short string. I can't decide if I want to keep you in the company or not. So we're going to roll the decider for Howard Shore. Does he want to keep her in the company? Nope. Out. So Precioso Perez, say goodbye to her, unless the audience votes her back in. Here's the big time. Phil Michael White. Look at all those qualities. The guy's a superstar. Let's see what the commissioner says. Oh, we want you to take a 50% pay cut. But the good news is we're offering you a 3-year deal. What do you say? Oh, man. What does he say? Is he going to go for it? Nope. The big time is out of there. I don't blame him. What are they thinking? So the big time is done. Here's the mortician with his cremation urn. A gimmick of yours, the cremation urn. It's getting tired. What would you say about a completely new look? Okay. All right. So the mortician will get a freshening of his character for next year. Next is the producer. Loosely patterned after Lawrence Davis from Indianapolis, Indiana. You're a hard worker, and we appreciate that, but no raise. You make enough money right now. I think Lawrence would go along with that. Let's see. Nope. So he's leaving. The producer is out. Oh, I'll miss the producer. He doesn't even have a finisher. All he does is whack people over the head with his clipboard occasionally. So the producer's gone. Yoko Kanaka. Oh, here's the phone call. All right, so we changed the shuffle card. Originally, the idea was when we draw this card, we would shuffle the deck and start again. But this is the new wrinkle. So this is a phone call. So he's about ready to talk to Yoko Takanaka and say this, but then he's interrupted with a phone call. So he was going to say, you're getting a big raise. The fans love you. That's why we got to have you wrestle in the Impact show. So he was about to make Yoko Takanaka a superstar. However, the phone rang. And there's information on the other end of the phone about Yoko Takanaka. Let's see. I got to put this back in there, don't I? Now let's see what he says. Oh, that's the same card I drew. I must put that on top. I have to put that on the bottom. It has to be a different card, right? Oh, and we have a special storyline planned for you next season. So he's not going to be a superstar. He changed his mind. They must have said, we got the latest numbers on Yoko. He's solid, but I don't think we want to give him that big pay raise we were talking about. All right, so I'm going to put the phone call and the check mark. So he'll be in the Federation next year. Next is going to be Madison Rune. Dad thinks you're important to the company, but to me, you're on thin ice. Yeah, that could cause a bit of a rift, but she'll be back for 2025. Unapologetic. He's a new wrestler. Recently added to the stable. Pretty strong. You'd think he'd be doing really well. Let's see. Oh, once again, so Emerson Shore is injecting his personal preferences here, and Unapologetic is miffed. Is it going to be enough for him to leave the Federation? He stays. He stays. All right, so a little bit of a... I'm going to mark that down. I'm going to put dissonance. But stays. So Unapologetic will again be part of this set, but he might have some fun stuff going on. Here's Lucy Fisto. Oh, frankly, you've worked hard and done what you're told, but it's just not working out. She's getting a little old, too, I think. So she's done. Lucy Fisto is showing the door. Probably got a nice little severance check, though, I bet. Next is Country Connard. Nice work. Keep on doing what you're doing. I think my staple gun just acted up here. Let me see if I can get it to work here. We have a staple gun malfunction. Yeah, this thing. Well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. You'd think it would be reliable. Oh, I see the staple broke. That's what it was. I think we're good. Looks like it was a busted staple. Country Connard is staying in. Yeah, be ready to give me the other one though if I need it. Ex-girlfriend. The ex-girlfriend from Aubrey, Texas. Yes, ma'am. Doing a great job. Dad doesn't like you, but I do. You're conniving like me. I'm going to circle that because she has the favorite quality. That may change next year. Here's Nuke Newsom. Long time veteran Wrestling America Federation star. You need to keep your opinions to yourself or there could be trouble. All right. So, other than that, he gets a new contract. Here's Shiverin' Shoals. Again, one of the lighter profile wrestlers from the Deep Blue Sea, especially his evasion. He's got a finisher range of 11 to 13. But Howard Shore says you're a solid performer. You're doing exactly what we want you to do, losing matches. So we'll see him again in 2025. Next is Gorm Scarred. He was a new wrestler in the 2021 set, or 2023 set. Viking themed wrestler. And that show you did this past summer was our highest rated show of the year. So that bodes well for Gorm Scarred, the Viking hero. So he will probably undoubtedly have a high profile. He'll increase. Looks like he's got 3 qualities total so far. That will be upped next year. Here's Rogan, who is kind of wavered between being a heel and a hero. He's a tough guy. Hangs around bad elements. Always willing to put up a fight. Commissioner says a new gimmick will help you stand out. Are you okay with that? Well, it's got the check mark, so obviously he's going to be game for this. We're not going to roll the decider on that. But I will... He may be a different character, a different persona for the 2025 set. Here's Shanigan from Dublin, Ireland. With his shillelagh, he's showing up in full Irish gear with his kilt. You always put the company first. We appreciate that. Now you get rewarded. So look for Shanigan, who's already pretty good. He's one of the higher profile wrestlers in the Federation already. Fans love him. So look for Shanigan to be one of the top stars. Here's the Biz. They're talking about a rebrand of his character. He says, we have an idea it's going to be huge. Maybe he'll move to crypto instead of cash. That's possible. The Biz will get a rebrand and stay in the Fed. Here's Brielle Vigorous, another new wrestler from 2023. Your ratings just aren't that strong. This is a prove-it moment for you. She's going to be wrestling in the Impact show. That seems about right. Here's Nestorenko, the Russian wife of I forget his name, Ivan. Oh, I can't remember his name. I shouldn't have put myself on the spot. Anyway. Might need to come up with a new outfit. It's wearing that fur hat. All right, so she stays in the Fed. She might get a rebrand. Here's Everly Switch, the game player, the video game player. Another new a new wrestler from 2023. She likes to grab that flat screen TV and smash it over the heads of her opponent. And Howard Shore says, look, I like you. I signed you to this company, but we need to see more from you, and we need to see it now. We're going to have a heavy female presence in this Impact show. Several, probably three at least, matches between females. Here's the Norman Soldier, who is being asked to take a 30% pay cut. It doesn't look like he's got a lot of leverage with 2 qualities and a 1-point specialty, but here we go. Now he's leaving. He says, I'm done. I'll find another federation. So we'll put him over there. Of course, you can vote him back in if you want. Next is going to be Diego Desperado. We have a storyline in mind for you, says Emerson Shore, where you go on a big hard luck losing streak. Could cost you merchandise sales. You okay with that? Yes, he is. So I'm going to guess that he will have fewer qualities in the 2025 set. There's Chris Babylon, legend in the Wrestling America Federation. It's been around for a long time. Still brings it. Let's see if the commissioners are happy with his performance. Oh, look at that. Focus group research says fans want you gone. Chris Babylon? That's unfortunate. Yeah, that does stink. One of my favorites. Well, maybe he'll get voted back in. Maybe the fans will speak, although their focus group research says otherwise. There's the domino effect. Again, focus group research says people are getting bored with you, so he's going to have to wrestle to stay in. Chris Babylon doesn't get that opportunity. I think, really, Chris Babylon's just making too much money. That's why they showed him the door. But the domino effect will get to stay. Here's Black Noise, another of our newer wrestlers. Look at all those qualities, will you? Helped. Let's give member of the gang. He's got strong, smart, powerful, heavy, mean, favorite, and he's got his bass guitar that he smashes over people's head. And the commissioners say, look, it's time for a rebrand. What we have in mind is a little risky, but we think you should do it. Oh, I would hate for Black Noise to leave. Is he going to do it? Nope. Yeah, we're losing a lot of my favorite wrestlers. So we have to start up a new federation with those guys. All right, down to the last few. Here's Zed the Dread. I remember him from formerly known as Zed Groupthink, part of the committee. I remember Steve Tower had them featured on his wrestling show for a long, long time. Now wrestling solo. And love your connection with the crowd at live events. Keep doing that. So Zed the Dread is safe. Gets a nice little pay raise, too. Here's Hella Good. Another one of my favorite. I like Hella Good. Renee Ann Bailing. She has dropped down in stature in recent years. And looks like Emerson Shore noticed. Terrible merchandise sales. You need to get people excited about you now. So Hella Good will wrestle for her career in the Impact show. Here's Nancy Manick. Top 5 in merchandise sales. It's got that straitjacket, hoodie that people are purchasing like crazy. So she is going to be a superstar. Here's Ricky Romance. Now, he was rebranded a couple of years ago as a heartthrob type wrestler. Let's see if it's gone over well. We are thinking about a heel turn for you. Actually, it would be a face turn. It looks like he already cheats. I'm going to face turn for you. So we may see, we'll see a little bit different Ricky Romance in 2025. And our last meeting will be Express Delivery Jones from Fort Scott, Kansas. And, oh, you're getting a big raise. The fans love you. That's why we got to have you wrestle in the Impact show. If you win, you're golden. If not, well, we still want you. Maybe. So this almost feels like a win to stay in moment for Express Delivery Jones, who, again, is one of those, beatdown wrestlers you throw in there to boost the profile of somebody else. Looks like he's doing a pretty good job of it, though. Fans love him. So we get two of those guys. But he will be wrestling in the Impact show. All right. There's our meetings sequence. We have these wrestlers who are all safe. I'll just quickly go down them. Darren Razor, Gun Grabner, Super Stinger, Jimmy Venturi, Kyler Bass. He's funny. Big old guy. Fisherman type. Alicia Vixen, Emily Annunziato. Here's Kat Hatter. Ruslan. That's Nestorenko's other half. He's in. They're both in. Screaming Eagle, Chopper A. There's Sister Mary Boom Boom, one of my favorites. There's the Escape Artist, Caracho, Scrapyard Mongrel, Ruthie Ruthless, who is well known for her folding chair. King Ned, another great one, is Robbie Kaboom, Girl Kim, the legend, Yellow Jolo, a.k.a. Ronnie Joe Rolado, Rob Van Zander, and William Royal. Oh, and The Rock. Not that Rock. This is a different Rock. The ROC, the bird version of Rock. Okay, so those are our wrestlers for 2025. Let's go ahead and go through the people who are exiting and let you get a chance to vote one of them back in. We have Black Noise. Are we still on the table cam?
Yep.
All right, let me just spread them out here. Black Noise, the Norman Soldier, Chris Babylon, Lucy Fisto. Here's the producer. I'll miss the producer.
Lawrence is in the chat.
Lawrence, are you there? Lawrence, they gave you the axe.
It says the producer demands a raise.
He says you're a hard worker, but no raise. You make enough money right now, Lawrence. That's what they say. Precioso Perez, Bray Watts, Dolph Signal. I think we're still on camera. I'll go like this. We should all be on camera, right? This is all on camera, right?
Yep.
What was it? It's 10. So we were a little bit low on that. Well, but that 10 that are exiting, half of the Impact Show wrestlers will also exit. So we'll have about 15 to 20 new wrestlers in the 2025 set. All right, so think about who you want to vote for. Go ahead and cast your vote if you'd like to right now. We'll give you maybe 30 seconds or so. And I'll talk about next week's show.
Just type it in the chat.
Yeah, just type the name of the wrestler you'd like to save. Dolph Signal, Beulah Roy, Black Noise, the Norman Soldier, Chris Babylon, Lucy Fisto, Bray Watts, Precioso Perez, the Big Time, or the producer. Just type it in the chat and we'll add it up. Next week, it's our Game Lab 7 show. It's our seventh time to do this. I think really is maybe my favorite show. We give you a sneak peek behind the curtain of the projects that we're working on, game projects that we're working on in various stages of development. Some of them are just a sheet of paper with an idea. Others are very well developed and very close to production. And we have actually more games than we have time to show. We limit it to an hour. We give 10 minutes per game, a 10-minute timer to explain the game, talk about it, maybe play a little bit of it, then we move on to the next one. So there'll be 6 games shown. But we have more than 6 games to show you, so we'll draw them at random, and then we'll go through the. I guess it's possible if we don't use up all 10 minutes, we could get more than 6 games. We could get as many as 7, possibly 8 if we go quickly. Generally speaking, though, we get about 5 or 6. But it's always fun. It gives you kind of a look at the way we think and what we're doing, and we invite you to join us next week for the Game Lab show, our 7th Game Lab show, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, who's going to get saved?
It's pretty close between Black Noise and Chris Babylon. I think Chris Babylon has it, though.
You know what? I'm going to bring them both. I'm bringing them both back, I think.
We've also got a good idea in here. Somebody says that the producer should start his own Fed. The other exiled wrestlers.
We could do that if that's the case. Then I'm going to only put one of these guys back in and let the other one go with the producer's new Fed.
Like a Scram B series kind of deal.
Yeah. We could maybe do that. All right. So who can you do a quick count again? We'll put one of these in the Producers Federation.
Okay. So for Black Noise, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right.
For Babylon, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Okay. So Chris Babylon is going to be back. Voted back in. All right. So Black Noise is out, as are the rest of these. Okay. That's our show for tonight. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll have this set come out probably sometime in the summer. And who knows? We may have a subset with a new federation led by the producer who will take on a new identity. So stay tuned for that. Before that happens, we'll obviously have to do the Impact show, which we will stream again. It's not in our current schedule. We're scheduled mainly pretty much through May, so watch for the Impact show maybe sometime in June, and then after that we'll release the card set later in the summer. So that's the basic timeline for the 2025 Wrestling America Federation card set for Face to the Mat Pro Wrestling. Questions about the game, just hit the contact button, or just email us info@play.com. Happy to help you with questions about Face to the Mat. Again, thanks for watching. Hope you have an amazing weekend. Thanks for being part of our great community. We love all of you. Thank you for watching. And we'll be excited to see you again next week, the same time, for Game Lab 7 here on the Play Games YouTube channel.